Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Liv's Thoughts. Today, we're going to be talking about how things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Corny ass fucking quote, but it's real as hell. Also, we are going to be relaxing in today's video because I'm tired and had a long freaking day today. Did I, though? Not really. I've just been up since 4, so I'm just kind of exhausted today. Okay. I was on the phone with someone the other day, and they might see this video, and honestly, I hope they do because this message is for you. This person on the phone said, "Why does this always happen to me?" And I said, "What do you mean? You aren't setting boundaries for yourself, and you're letting someone walk all over you. That's why it keeps happening to you." "No, you don't get it. It's just this specific thing that keeps," I said, "that is you not having boundaries. When things consistently happen to you and you think that it's the world attacking you, things are always happening to you, just the world is against you, whatever, I want you to really think about the situation at hand and ask yourself, not only was it preventable, and I don't mean to be a little bit harsh in this video, was it preventable by me putting up boundaries? 2, was the person or thing that was doing this thing to me going at it with malice intent? And 3, did I control my reaction? Number 1, let's start with number 1. Did I set boundaries for myself? I think oftentimes when people talk about things happening to them, it's preventable. Like, not all the time. There's, of course, freak accidents, and I don't want you to think I'm taking away from the freak accidents or like chronic illnesses or anything of the sort. I mean, when you constantly put yourself in the same situation expecting a different result, that is not happening to you at that point. You're putting yourself in that situation. And I think that sometimes we need to take accountability and responsibility for our own lack of boundaries and say, I knew this was going to happen, and I did not do anything to prevent this from happening. This was on me. We don't take responsibility very often in this world. I don't think a lot of people learned or grew up having like the opportunity, I'll say, to be able to set boundaries and learn good boundary making. I think a lot of us, especially in America and maybe everywhere else in the world, honestly, I don't know if I'm being a little bit patriotic here, only talking about American things, because why am I talking? Okay, shut up. Sorry, tangent. In America, when you are born, you're kind of like taught to just like listen to other people all the time and not really have a spine or backbone when it comes to like listening to people that are older than you or listening to authority. Like, there was never any pushback. We were always taught, shut up, listen, respect your elders, that sort of thing. So from a young age, we're not really taught to stand up super well to injustice against ourselves. Because I've had plenty of times in the past, like with my teachers especially, I can think of a few times that teachers have flat out disrespected me, but because I was such a good little student, like genuinely teacher's pet sort of vibe, I didn't ever say anything about it. I would always just like let it slide. And I think that when we learn kind of like this no pushback aspect of conflict, we don't allow ourselves to set boundaries for ourselves. And I don't think conflict is necessarily the reason we set boundaries for ourselves. But I think that conflict gives you a reason to stand up for yourself. And when you never have stood up for yourself before, it's really hard to set boundaries for yourself. And maybe I'm speaking from personal experience here, but from other people I've talked to that are similar to me, it seems like this is a common experience, like never having the opportunity to stand up for yourself. So you don't know how to do it. And that's really scary. To not have boundaries is really scary. That leads me to number 2. What was number 2 again? I forgot number 2 already. Well, we'll go to number 3. What was your reaction? Because I think reaction is important to the context. Our reaction to bad things happening to us is a great show of our own character, and also like how emotionally mature you are, which is kind of the obvious of the situation. When you are able to react to things in a non-reactionary way, like when you're able to, like when you're mad, step outside, go out for a little bit, take a breather, come back in, say what you need to say, instead of immediately just deflecting or attacking the other person or trying to like play defense and defend yourself to the depths of fucking hell. When you're able to control your reaction in a cool, calm manner, you have so much more power over the things that happen to you in this world. Happen to you. I always think that too, when things happen to us, it's always an opportunity to learn and grow. And I know I just talked about this too, about how like our life is not, your life is not a self-improvement project. I do agree with that. But I do think that when you go through hard shit in life, obviously there's a point where feeling your emotions is really important, but taking a lesson out of shitty things happening to you, I think is the most beautiful and beneficial way to look at things happening to you or conflict. It is such a advanced human move to be like, this shitty thing happened and it sucks, but let me like take something out of it at least. It's almost like getting your power back from someone that hurt you. You don't get your power back by going and hurting that person. You get your power back by seeking revenge in other ways, such as never talking to them again, living a successful, beautiful, wonderful life, getting everything you've ever wanted in your life because you said, this is not going to destroy me. I'm going to pick myself up by my bootstraps and I'm going to learn from the situation. And maybe next time someone chooses to do this to me or this thing happens, I'm going to react differently, or I'm going to take steps ahead of time to prevent this thing from happening. Like, there's so much opportunity for growth after disaster. It's kind of like alchemizing too. Like, you become dust to become a phoenix. Like, that sort of concept, I believe, goes with this idea of everything happens to me. If you're constantly seeing as shit happening to you, life happening to you, it's never going to happen for you too. You got to get out of the headspace of like, why is this happening to me? Because also with success as well. Why me? Why me? Why not you? Like, we really have to change our verbiage when we're talking about things that happen in this world. Like, I think that also therapy speech kind of ruined this a little bit, where it's like, not therapy speech. I think becoming more aware of our mental illnesses and like the way to move around our mental illnesses made people a bit more, I don't mean to say narcissistic, but self-centered, to thinking that things just are happening to them when coincidences just do happen in the world. And sometimes people are bad and it's not necessarily a personal attack on you. It's just something that happened. I kind of talked about this in a TikTok video too, about like the guy that, because I told y'all about the guy that fucking went off on me and told me I was a freak and to be alone with my cats. That person took me saying no to them as a personal attack. It's like, dude, we're not going to get along. Like, I already know from your political stances alone and how much of an argumentative bitch I am when it comes to things I don't agree with, we're not going to get along. It's not a personal attack on you. I'm saving you heartache. I'm saving myself a fucking headache. There we go. But goddamn, like, we always take things so personally, and we need to stop doing that. We need to detach ourselves from like why things are happening to us. It's not happening to you. It's just something that's happening. Stop getting in the framework of like, this is all my fault, it happened to me. I forgot what number 2 was, and I'm kind of pissed. I hope I covered it in this video. Fingers crossed. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Peace, love, and happiness. Goodbye. Gotta close my notebook. I've been using this, guys. It's really helpful, actually. Really, really helpful. And look at this. What's on it, too? That was a crazy little scooch to the camera. Thea looks like a bitch. It has all the things of the world on it. So that's how you know it's a worldly journal. Tricep goes crazy. Okay, bye. Love y'all. Talk to you later.